What is good, everybody? It's your boy MJ. Welcome back to another weekly dose of the plug. If you are just trying to figure out what are the ins or outs with the reptile industry, well, you are in the right place. Before we get moving, please don't forget to like, share, give me a comment, and subscribe. More importantly, hit that notification bell. That way you're on top of every single weekly plug. Let's get right into it. Daytona NARBE. What an amazing time. So I heard. Unfortunately, I did not make it to the Daytona show. Man, things happen. What are you going to do? But I did hear amazing things about the show. I had a great conversation with Bob Vu, who told me that the U.S. ARC auction raised over $117,000, which is by far the most I've ever heard any auction be raised before. The vibe, the traffic, everything was packed and amazing this past weekend at the Daytona show. According to Bob, he had some of his best sales he's ever had at a Daytona show. I've also talked to a couple other vendors who said the exact same thing, and I heard only nothing but amazing things from the Daytona show. If you were at the Daytona show and you have some amazing feedback or any kind of feedback, drop a comment below and let me know what you thought about the Daytona show. And I apologize to anyone who was looking forward to meet me at the Daytona show. I was doing my best to make it, but I just couldn't make it, and I will be there next year, that's for sure. But I know somebody who did make it, and they want to share their top 5 favorite vendor booths at the Daytona show. So here we have Reggie from Urban Jungle, who's tapping in with us and is going to give us his favorite top 5.
Hello, this is Reggie with the Reggie's Urban Jungle, and I'm just getting back from the National Reptile Breeders Expo down in Daytona 2021. This is my first time going. It was a phenomenal show. So my guy MJ over at Exotic Cartel, he asked me to do a top 5 tables for you guys. So I'm going to give you those tables. So starting off our list at number 5, we have Phil with Pack Pythons. I chose his table because he has a new product called the Pack Rat Alpha Series. And from what I understand, you can fully customize this rack. You can buy them 2 levels at a time, or you can buy a full rack system. And you can fully customize each level individually from hatchling to breeder size tubs. This rack style is very versatile, and it allows you to put your hatchlings, your grow outs, and your breeders all in the same rack if you're limited on space. All right, at number 4, we have J Royals Reptiles. I got to meet Josh Jensen for the first time. Awesome guy. The reason he's number 4 is because his acid projects and his Candino projects are phenomenal. Josh is a great guy. His helper or his employee was phenomenal. It was just a great experience to sit there and talk with him, look at the beautiful animals on his table. But his acid projects, crazy. All right, so at number 3, we have, this one's going to be Brock. So as we know, Brock is one of the leaders in the Sunset Project. I've purchased a few animals from him in the past, and I also picked up a pair of animals from here at the Daytona show. So Brock had a little section over there. He killed it with the sunsets. He had a lot of sunset combos. Get to hold some of the animals and pick his brain on where he's taking the Sunset Project in the future. We talked about some of his monsoon stuff. So Brock has a lot of great projects for the future. And his section in his display at Daytona was great. I've never seen that much sunset in my life. I had to bust out my sunglasses. All right, and at number 2, we have Bob's Balls. Bob, my guy Bob, I love talking to Bob. He's one of the more animated people in the hobby. His display was pretty awesome. He had some nice DG stuff there. He had some nice clown stuff. He had some nice pied stuff. Good talking to Bob. It's always great taking pictures, posing, doing all that fun stuff. You never know what he's going to be wearing. He had a pretty dope jersey on, so did the whole crew over there. All right, and number 1 goes to Jeremy Smith at Fireball Reptiles, the DG master. I think if you have DG, it probably came from them and the Bells over at Fireball Reptiles. It's crazy how much Desert Ghost stuff that one person can have. I mean, there were Desert Ghost combos I didn't even know existed. Me and Jeremy talked for a little while. He just hit 4 Hypo Desert Ghost clowns. He hit it's just, I don't know, I'm speechless. Like, I saw Super Striped Desert Ghost. I saw Super Orange Dream Itchy Het Clown Desert Ghost, and all this crazy stuff on his table. Males, females, double hets, triple hets. Like, it's crazy. And then he had all the other stuff, the pieds, the clowns, albinos, and it's crazy. My mind was blown. I literally spent an hour and a half just looking through all the animals at his table. Fireball reptiles and that desert ghost display, definitely number one on my list for the 2021 National Reptile Breeders Expo in Daytona.
Beautiful things, beautiful snakes, and beautiful people. That looked like an amazing time. I'm pretty sick to my stomach that I didn't make it, but like I said, I will be there next year. And thank you, Reggie, for sharing your experience at Daytona show, and thank you for sharing that top 5. Now, I know going into the Daytona show, there were some unclear thoughts on what it was going to be like with this whole COVID situation. Well, I hope by hearing all these great things from the Daytona show that this means that the shows that are yet to come for the rest of the year aren't going to have any problems with COVID. And I hope we all get to attend it, we all get to link up, and we all get to share some amazing stories here at the show. Fraud alert, fraud alert, fraud alert. The fraud is still happening. And now it's happening to me. Can you believe it? Okay, we all see fake accounts posting other snake breeders' snakes and work and try to sell them. A lot of it on Facebook, a lot of it on Instagram. It's out there, plain and simple. But what about when it happens to you? It's a crappy feeling. Lucky for me, I have a lot of people who support me and let me know when these things happen, but it's still not okay. I want to go ahead and put a certain Facebook page on blast because this Facebook page has been around for quite some time. As long as I recall, they have over 600 likes. And they're posting fraudulent pictures of snakes that aren't theirs, and they're posting them for sale. So if any of you follow Colorado Reptiles or Co-Reptiles on Facebook, their Facebook page is completely fraudulent. I am not the only snake that they are trying to sell that does not belong to them. And the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because a page like this with over 600 likes, that means there's over 600 possibilities of people being scammed and duped by somebody who does not put any ounce of the work of us breeders put in. And it's just not fair when someone else is trying to get their hands on someone else's work and they're just getting scammed. It's not cool, especially when it starts to happen to you. And guess what? It's happening to me. So, Colorado Reptiles, you are fraudulent. If you follow Colorado Reptile page on Facebook, you need to know right now that any of their stuff is not legit. Do not purchase anything from these guys. I'm just giving you a heads up, and this is just coming from experience because there is one of my snakes on their page that even says Trap Production in the description that they're trying to sell. Well, good luck trying to get that snake because I have that snake and I'm not selling that snake. And I don't want to have to break your heart. More importantly, don't break your own heart. Be aware of fraud. Make sure you pay attention to the people in the comments, okay? A lot of times, the truth comes out in the comments. That's how you can find out if a seller is actually legit. So if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, please reach out to me or reach out to one of your mentors and just make sure you're practicing on how to look out and not be a victim of fraudulent activity. Colorado Reptiles, get a life and get a better logo, please. All right, guys, clip of the week. Clip of the week actually comes from my account. Yeah, that's right. On my adventures in Florida, I stopped by my buddy Josh from Trademark Exotics facility, and he showed me his awesome collection of turtles, tortoises. He has ball pythons, boas, he even has some green tree pythons, you name it. And I was actually able to see some of these baby turtles hatching fresh out of the egg. Check out this clip I was actually able to capture of one of his albino turtles hatching. Holy crap, it doesn't get much cuter than that, and you gotta love it when you see something so little coming into the world, taking its first breath of air into its new life. Gotta love it. Shout out to my man Josh. Make sure you go give him a follow at Trademark Exotics. Breeder Spotlight of the Week. All the way up north from Canada, we got Marcus Jane Reptiles. Huge fan of Marcus Jane, but they have been killing it this year. Go figure. They always kill it, but this year they are really making some noise. If you are not following Marcus Jane, I highly suggest you go give him a follow. Go see all his ball python projects. Go see how he lives his life in the beautiful country of Canada. This man cooks. This man gardens. This guy produces some amazing ball pythons. His wife does all the holdback picking, which I feel is an amazing part of being a great team. Please go see for yourself. Go see what kind of productions that's going on over at Marcus Jane Reptiles, and you will not be disappointed. And Marcus and Jane, please keep up the great work and inspiring many others like myself out there who have big dreams of producing gorgeous animals just like what you guys are doing. And if you happen to know Marcus and Jane, make sure you congratulate them on getting Breeder Spotlight of the Week on Animal Bites TV. All right, guys, it is a wrap for this week's plug. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for all your comments. And thank you for subscribing. And make sure you are ready next week to be plugged.